Hi friends, it's Nancy Baskin, and I guess you can guess what I'm making, some glazing balls. And I've been playing around with some different techniques, and a couple of them I want to show you. I'm trying to figure out how I want to do the tops. If I would just, I put metallic lusters on these, and I'm not sure if I want to paint them or how I want to do them. But anyway, this one is an interesting ball here, let me tell you. So what I did with this one, well, I'll start with the other ones first. This one, and this one, and this one, and this one are all marbleized. Well, this one tried to be marbleized, but I didn't quite get it right. Okay? This one was done with, these were done, some with metallic, dazzling metallics, and some with just regular craft paint. Okay? This one was done with regular craft paint. These were done with metallics. This was done with metallics. This one was done with metallics, but this one was done with satin paints, the Deco Art Satin, Americana Satin multi-surface. This one and this one were done with the glitter paint. Let me get it. They were done with glamour dust. And this one turned out pretty good with the glamour dust. I'm okay with it. But this one, I didn't like it. So I rinsed it out. And then I'll tell you what I did with this one, and this big one. And I think some of them are not quite dry in the inside. I have been sitting them in these little cups to get the paint out of them. Most of them have been sitting here for a couple of days. I've been playing with them for a couple of days. Some I did yesterday. And I can see that it wasn't dry inside. But anyway, what I did with this is I used my sprays. I sprayed it in there, rolled it around, tipped it upside down in this cup, got some out, sprayed another color in it, and then I sprayed white in it and let it drip, and it got really cool. But then when it started drying, it just didn't have enough. So I took my paint, my white pearl metallics, and I drizzled some of that in there and shook it up and let it dry, and look how cool it looks. I mean, and so then I did that with this one. I also did it with this one. I mean, look how cool they look. So I'm going to show you, I don't want too many more of these because they're too dark. But it's, I wanted some of the light to shine through them. And I don't think light's going to shine through these, but they're cool looking anyway. Now light will shine through this pink one because I didn't use as much paint. So I'm going to show you how I did the marble on one more. of these. I'm going to put these to the side somewhere. I don't know where. I'm blocked in here. And then I'll show you how I did the spray with the sprays, because I want a couple more of those. So I think what I'll do is, now see, this one's way too dark. It's just, I don't think the light will shine through that at all. So I have my trusty little cups, and I'm going to try to find one that I poured this out because I had a bee that I need to kill in my garbage. I don't want to get, see, they sit down in there, and I don't want to get any paint around them. So let me grab a couple more of my cups. I have a lot of them. So I got on the internet and I was watching this girl, and she was doing the marbleizing on her, and she showed how to do it, and it's really cool to do it that way. But like I said, they got too dark, and I didn't have any transparent paints. So I think what I'm going to do is I want to use this teal metallic, and I'm going to use regular white paint. This is titanium white that I poured in this. I want to use teal, and let's see, do I want to put those two together? That might be pretty. This is moss pearl and teal and white, and the blue is so dark. I wanted just a little lighter blue. Hang on, I'll be right back. I'm going to see if I can find one in my metallics. Well, I found peacock pearl, so these three colors and the white, and maybe I'll throw some silver in there. So let's get started. Let's get a ball, and it's not like I don't have a jillion of them. So I got these at the dollar store the other day. And I bought 20, well I bought 10, so I have 20 of these 2-packs, or 10 of these 2-packs. Because I thought, well, what if I like them? I want to make a bunch. So, just taking that string off. I'm not going to use it for anything. And I'm certainly not saving it for nothing. And I'll pop my things out. Okay, so what you do first is you want to drizzle your paint in there very, very slow. Oh, need some paper towels. Wasn't quite prepared. We still have a bee problem. I found out that the hive is inside the wall, and nobody will come and get it out. And every time it warms up, even though they have sprayed on the outside, the hive still comes alive. And we get more and more bees in the house. Can't figure out where they're coming in from to plug it off. But they'll eat through drywall. So, yeah, so I'm still having a bee problem. I keep finding more and more every time it warms up. Here's more bees in my art room. Okay, so I'm going to take the white first. And I'm just going to tilt my ball this way and just start drizzling the white in slowly. And that's all I need on that side. See that? And then I'm going to go around here and I'm going to put it on the opposite side. And I'm just going to drizzle it in slowly. Okay? Should have shaken these up. And then I'm going to go in with one of my colors. This is the teal. And I'm going to try and go right next to that white. And just drizzle some in very slowly. And it'll start running down inside the ball, see? I'm going to go on this side of the white and put some more, drizzle some in there. If it runs over into the other color, that's okay. Now I'm going to go back in with the white and go next to that teal. And just drizzle a little bit. Now I'm going to go in with a different color. And this is the moss pearl. And I'm going to go next to that white and drizzle a little bit of this in. Like so. See it? Then I'm going to go in with my peacock. I'm going to go in here next to this and drizzle just a little bit of that in there. And I'm going to go back with my white, go in between those two. Drizzle just a little bit. And you just keep going around till you think you have enough paint. And a lot of times I got too much paint. And when you get too much paint in here, then it takes a long time for it to dry. See how, and they don't have to be, it doesn't have to be filled in, is what I'm saying. I'm just going around. Okay, now I'm going to go in with a little bit of silver, my shimmering silver. And I'm just going to put a little bit of this around. just in spots. All right, that's enough paint. And see, you're not all the way full, but you don't need to be. Then you take, I'm going to close up all my paints. And you take a piece of paper towel, you don't need much, just enough to cover your hole, and you're going to shake and shake and shake it. You want to tap it on your hand. You just want to keep shaking, shaking, shaking till you think it's all what you want. See? See how it marbles? And then you're going to stick it upside down into a cup and let it drain out. You want to let it drain for about an hour, and then you want to turn it upside down the other way, and then turn it back again for another hour. So that's how you marble your different colors. Now let me show you how I did the sprays. And it's no rocket science to do the sprays. I have my white. I put my white in a different bottle. But I've got so many teals and so many purples that I think I'm going to go with the shimmer mist in the yellow. And what does yellow and green make? Orange? Does yellow and green make orange? Ew, I might not like that. And we got a red. This is red and this is magenta. And this is magenta. I think I'm going to try red or green and yellow. I might get mud if the green will work. I've washed all these out really good after I used them. So I got them working really good. So let's see how good, let's see what this one's going to turn out. Might turn out nasty. I don't know. Okay, so I just take my spray and I just spray it in there, like so. Roll it around. Just roll it around, roll it around. If you want to take a paper towel and shake it and swirl it. Alright, now I'm going to spray some yellow in here. Let's see what we get. And kind of swirl it around. Now I'm going to tip it upside down and let it drip out into the cup for a minute. Just let it sit there and drip. Okay? Then if you don't like the color, you can go back in and add white to it. I kind of wanted it, I wish they had a gold. I guess yellow and green makes green. Makes a yellow green. What does yellow, green, and orange make? Should I put some orange in there? I can always rinse it out if it makes mud. Let's see what happens when we put orange in there. Yeah, that's pretty kind of cool. That's pretty kind of cool. That made it pretty cool. Okay, we'll let that sit for a minute and drip. Then I'll probably add some white to it, just for because. And see how this one's coming out? You see it's dripping out the bottom? I didn't use a lot of paint. Some I used a lot of paint, and it took a lot of getting it to drip. I mean, it took days for it to drip. And so I'm really liking these because you can see through them. I can decorate the outside of them, which I plan on doing with some of these. And some, I'm just gonna take my fine liner writers, and I've got some gold in my fine liners, and I've got all kinds of colors, white, green, in these fine liners that I can decorate the outside of them. That's what the plan is. Okay, let's see this now. Oh, it looks pretty cool. Shake it up a little more. And then I'm going to spray a little bit of white in there. Now, if you guys don't have these sprays, but you have dilution sprays, you can use those because you're not, I mean, even so they're not water or they're not permanent, they'll do the same. Now see how that's marbleizing that? By putting that white in there. And just spinning it around, letting it drip as I spin it. And I'm just thinking they're cool. Thanks to Rita Marie and Eileen. I'm really enjoying this. And I'm going to string some beads. And I have some of those terracotta beads, but I want to make some of those plastic bag beads to put on here. So I'm not finished with this part of it, so I'm going to just show you how I paint them, and then I'll be back with part 2 and show you how I decorate them. But I'm going to make some of those plastic bag beads. And, okay, I'm going to set this in here to let it drip more. And then if it all drips out and I don't like it, if it comes out, then I will add paint inside of it to make it stick to the sides and make it more marbleized like this. I'll just add, you know, the paint like I showed you how I did it, and then just let it drip out. And this is how it turns out when you add paint to it. Isn't that gorgeous right there? I just love it. I have a couple more of these bigger balls. So, and I bought some rings I'll show you. Some of these hoops. I bought some of these hoops and I thought I could string them around like so. Some of the little ones. And yeah. Anyhow, that's that. Oops. But anyway, I thought I could string them around the outside of them, and then put yarn or something on the top and hang them like so, like you would a lamp. And I will probably do that, and I'll probably put some sari ribbon around them. Alright guys, I'm going to go now and clean up this mess and start making some beads. And I'll be right back when I start making those. Okay, bye-bye. Hello, I'm back again. Let's decorate these little gazing balls, and then we'll poke holes in them, and we will, excuse me, we will drop the strings, or beat them up. I'm not sure if I want to use this wire, or if I want to use hemp. I haven't decided yet, so what I'm going to do is, I've got this bling bling stuff that comes on a thing like this from Joann's. I bought it, and so now I got to pick the backing off of it, so it'll, oh, that came off real easy. Real easy. So I'm going to bling them up a little bit. Like that. Put 4 of them around. If I can get my hands to work today. It's been a few days since I've been on. But to you, I came right back. So I'm just sticking these on, and then I'm going to punch the holes in, and then I'm going to I think I should seal the bling on with some glue or something, some kind of a sealant. Ooh, they look pretty, pretty, pretty. I'm going to have pretty gazing balls. Okay, this one wants to be a little difficult here. Oh, come on, there. There, I got it. And let's see. Ooh, that'll look really pretty. And then I have my tool that's really hot. And so I'm going to poke a hole, and hopefully it'll be straight in the bottom. Just like that. So I poked a hole in it. Hopefully that'll be straight through. And that's what we're going to do with all these little ones. We're going to put the little bling bling on them, and then we're going to poke a hole in them. And then I think I'm going to put some sparkly Mod Podge on the outside of them. To seal all of this in. I just came to that decision. I have my mat here that wants to roll up on the corners. It's driving me nuts. I need to tape it down, I guess. Get out some tape and tape it to my other mat that's on here. The gray mat. Okay, come on. Now I showed you how I painted these in the other video at the very beginning. And hopefully when they're hanging in the window, the sun will glaze through them. But if it doesn't, I can still gaze at them. They're going to be my gazing balls. Okay, and I'm going to poke a hole right there where that bump is in it. Melt a hole right through it, just like that. And all the paint is dry on the inside. Took many days for that to happen. Now these were done with sprays from Deco Art, and this one, and I showed you that on the other video. I've been gone for so many days off of this, I don't know what I videotaped and what I haven't, so. But I know I showed you how I did the sprays. And I think they're cool how they turned out. I just love how they turned out. And then I put paint inside, swirled paint around inside of them, and let them sit upside down in a cup and let them drain. And then I turned them right side up and let them sit and drain. And I've been making beads, paper beads to go on these. I haven't beaded any up yet. I wasn't sure what I was going to do. So, there's that one. How come I got one too many? I have one too many. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. This will be 4. Well, that's okay. I cut one too many. Come on, backing. And I'm going to burn a hole in there. There we go. Now for the last one. I think these are going to be really pretty next to my my mystical moons, half moons that I did with the CDs, and the other beadings that I have done that I have hanging, and my CDs that I made. I haven't made any feathers yet. I need to make some feathers. I have some plastic here. I want to make some plastic feathers. And I just haven't been doing anything. I've been really not in the mojo mood. But I wanted to get these finished up and get them hung. I gotta clean my windows, all my doggy nose prints from Little Belle, she likes to look out the window and put her nose on it. But I moved the couch today, so she doesn't have a couch to put her to jump on and put her nose up on the window and bark at people as they go by. I fooled her. I gotta stick these on here so I don't lose them. I'll probably have to put some sticky stuff on them. Okay, now I'm going to unplug this. I'll be right back. Okay, I got my crystal. It's called Crystal Glitter Decoupage. And that's what I'm going to put on the outside of these. And I shook it up so I could get the glitter. And I'm going to seal them with this. So I'm just going to keep doing this, and I will be back when it's all done. Okay? Hello, my friends. I'm back to get these gazing balls finished. The last I was on here with you, I was coating them with the crystal glitter from Decoupage, from Americana, from Deco Art. And I sealed all of it on there, and I'm really happy with it. It's just got a glittery finish to it. I'll hold it up in the light, but you can't see it. I can't really see the glitter on it, but it's okay. Alright, this one's going to be my top one. So I want to start with my bottom one. And I have this one, and this one, and this one. And I'm not sure. I think that's the order I want them in. And I'm going to do them with wire. And I have some of my homemade beads here that I made. Look how gorgeous they all are. These I put eyelets in the ends. See that? See how gorgeous they are? And these were made with, I'll show you what they were made with. Remember when I did the brush-o art and I showed everybody how those brush-o watercolors, I'm going to pull this out a little bit. The brush-o powder went on with the watercolors. This is heavy-duty watercolor paper. So what I did is I just cut my strips the long ways of this paper, and I think it's 9 by 14. If correct, 9 this way, 14 this way. And I did them. I think like this was like 1/4 of an inch. For this one was like 1/2 inch. And they just came out so cool. They're a little tricky to wrap. Let me show you. See, these are the strips that I cut. And that's a skewer that I didn't want in there. But these are the strips that I cut. And then I rolled them on my bead roller. And they're a little hard to roll. But when you get them started, you just, you know, you can't see the ucky colors and the pretty colors come out. And, I mean, they just, and then I put them under UT. And, I mean, I've just been rolling beads till my cows come home, you know? Let me pull you in a little closer. But see how that strip came out? Okay? And then I just turn my bead roller the opposite way and coax it off of the bead roller, because it has a slit in it. See the slit? And I have different sizes of these. But anyway, and that's what I do, and then I put them in, and if I don't like the ends, if the ends come out, I cut them off, but these ends look pretty good. If they look something like that in the inside, I just take my skewer and pull it to one side and make the hole bigger. Like that. And then I put them on the end of a skewer and roll them in the ink and put them in the UT, and then you come out with beads that look like that. And like that. See that? And like that. After they've been put in the UT. UT is extra thick embossing powder. See how they come out? Gorgeous. I have another one over here. See? See the different colors? So I found a different way to use my watercolor paper, and the colors I didn't like on it. Yeah, I found a different way to use it. I'm trying to corral my beads because they're rolling all over. I need to put a cloth down to put them on so they won't roll away from me. But I have all these. Now see, this one I did not put bead core in. And see the difference when you put a bead? Of course, these are not bead cores. These are eyelets. It just kind of finishes the ends off. But you don't have to. You don't have to put it in. You can just leave it like that if you don't have anything. But anyway, showing you both ways. Now, to get back to these. Now, I tried to do, Rita Marie used jute twine. She used jute twine. I tried to do it that way, but I was having a hard time getting my jute to come up through my beads. And so what I'm going to do today is try to use wire. So I think this is, it's got to be, I think this is 20 gauge wire. So I'm going to try that, and seeing how this one's going to be the bottom, I'm going to put some pretty beads. There goes my beads. Stop! Stop! Oh my gosh, let me get a cloth. I'll see if I got a clean one that doesn't have paint all over it. And I'll stick my beads on there so they won't roll everywhere. The ones that I'm going to try to use beading on here. Where did they go? I got a mess. Let me tell you, I have a wonderful mess here on my table. I love it because it just shows I've been working hard. The beads are rolling away from me. Come back. I also have a bag of beads here. I don't know if I'll use them or not, but I have a bag of beads that I was beading other stuff with in my living room. I was going to bead those out and hang them on my windows, and I never got around to it. So anyway, and I have some end caps pulled out, but I might want to use those on the ends, you know, like so, like that. Not certain yet, but I know what I need to do is I need to get going and quit messing around with this and get these up, get this video up for you guys, and get these hung in my living room on my windows. So, okay, it seems to me like I had more beads rolling around, but maybe not. I'll probably find them. These were some I made out of Tyvek. Remember when I made the Tyvek ones? So I'm not sure what I want to hang on the bottom, but I know I want to hang, you know, a pretty one on the bottom. And these I want to do in between. And maybe I will do one of these in between, but you have to cut your wire and wrap it around. I'll show you. I also beaded this one up, one of the round ones with a bead cap. Well, actually, I did a couple of them. I did them with end caps, which fit on them just perfectly, and they are just gorgeous. See that? Come on, focus. Focus. There we go. Anyway, I love how the watercolor paper come out. It just makes me happy. It just sparks happiness with me. Okay, so let's get going. I think I'm going to use this one on the bottom. So I want to start my wire up through the bottom, and I'm going to come up through here, and then I'm going to put my little tops on. Now I painted these with metallics. It was espresso, and they all have a little hole in them. I didn't punch a hole except for in the very top one. And getting them back in these balls is not the easiest without bending them. And I'm trying hard. That's why I never liked these for Christmas ornaments. I hated putting these things back in when they came out. And sometimes they're just really easy to get in. Sometimes you have to struggle. Now see, that one was quite easy. Alright, so there's my wire coming up. Maybe it just went back down in. See, that's why I have a really hard time. And I had a hard time with see, now I bent that all up. See how easy they are to bend? I had a really hard time getting this together. With the jute, I couldn't seem to get it to work. My patience was running low, and I deleted all the videos, and I'm starting over again and doing it with the wire. Now, to get it back on there, because I bent it. Come on, work with me. Does anybody else have a better solution? Work with me, work with me. I want you to watch me struggle, because I'm having a struggle. Oh, come on. Guess I should have bent them out further. Alright. Hopefully that'll stay on. Okay. So, there's the first one. Now, I'm wondering if I need to put a bead on, if it will stay there, or if I need to wrap my wire around this little loop. See, then that stops me from pulling more wire up for the next one. And now I've crimped my wire, and that's going to be hard to get beads on. See, I mess up things so bad. That's why I hate to do this kind of stuff on camera, is I'm fumble fingers. I don't think my beads are going to go on there. Yeah, they are. Alright. Well, that bead just wants to stay in that hole. Well, that's okay if it does that. That's okay. And then I will put on one of these. Maybe I will use some spacers. Hang on, guys. Hang on. I have some little spacers here. Let's see what these do. I've never made these before. This is my first time. I want to let you all know that. It's the first time doing this. Okay. Now, I like that little spacer on there. I don't know if you can see it. Alright. Now, see, I'm going to have to pull up a lot of wire. Okay. I'm going to put another spacer on. Or maybe a bead cap upside down. Yes. And then one of these color of longer ones. how come that won't go on? Because there's a piece of paper in there. It got pushed down in there when I was putting the bead cap on. And that will happen, and if so, you just dig it out. And then hopefully you can get your wire through it. There we go. Oh, look at that. Look how pretty that is. Okay. Alright, I think that's as much space as I want in between. So I'm going to put another bead cap upside down. And then I'm going to put this one on. But, yeah, I got to take this off. Get enough wire pulled up through there. Oh, that's going to look pretty. See how pretty that looks? Okay, now we're going to... And I'm working off of the spool, guys. Now it's going to get harder to see with each length that I'm doing. But I'm going back in through the little hole on this. I'm going to bend these out a little bit. I can always bend them back in. As long as I don't break them. Put it on the end through that little hole. And get it back in the ball. Come on. Work with me here. Okay. Work with me. I don't work so well with my opposite hand. Oh, come on. Okay, now I bent that one in. These are going to be well worth it when I get them done. Okay, now I'm going to pull that up and straighten my wire out. I have way too much wire going on here. Pull it back a little bit. Okay. Now, I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to find that little, but I'm going to put a little blue bead on. I'm going to have a blue bead on each one of them, because that's just the right size that will go in that little hole. See? It fits right in that little hole. And now I want a spacer. But I'm going to try this little bead. Oh my goodness. Not anymore, as it went rolling on the floor. I just don't have the hand coordination anymore. I have all these little beads here in this little plastic thing. And I want a blue one. Okay. I'm going to put that one on. I like that. For a spacer. And I still think I'm going to use my round balls that maybe I need a different color. Maybe this color. Maybe not. Maybe I want a brighter color. I'll try this one. Yes, I want that one on there to brighten it up. I don't want them to be all the same color. And then maybe I will use one of these round ones in a little different color. I'm going to put a bead cap, upside down bead cap. And put this one on, upside down bead cap. Sure, I just have dropsy. Just have dropsy. Well, why aren't the holes drilled right? I hate that. Okay. Now I'm going to try this color ball. Yes, I like that. And another bead cap. Now, do I want a long one? Let's try this one. Yes. I'm going to have too much space in between. And another upside down bead cap. I have too many bead caps. I don't want that many on there. I want spacer beads. So I'm taking these off. I can change my mind and leave that one on. But I'm going to do a little spacer bead. And I'm going to use a smaller one than I had on before. I'm going to use that one. It doesn't show. I have glue on my hands. Okay, I'm going to use that one. And then back to this bead. And then a little spacer. And everybody that's probably watching me is going, oh my gosh, she needs to learn how to bead. Which I probably do. Okay. Now I think I'm finished with that. I don't want too much space between these, okay? Now I'm going to go in with my next bead cap. And then my next ball. Come on, wire. Oh my goodness. Okay, there's my wire. There's my little end thing. I'm going to bend the things out a little bit. And put it up through the little hole. How's everybody's day today? It's so nice and warm today on Friday, November something. Okay, there we go. We're getting there. A little bit of wire up there. Oh, these are gorgeous. They are gorgeous. They are gorgeous. Okay, now we're going to go with another one of those. I think these are too big. These purple ones. In fact, I know they are. They're too big to fit in that hole. But maybe not. Let's do something different on this one. Straighten that wire out. Okay. We're going to go with something different. And we're going to put a spacer. How about if I do this as a spacer? I'm going to put this little one on there. Yeah, that looks good. Now I want a bead cap. And a purple bead. And a bead cap. And a little spacer bead that's a different color so we get some brightness in here. I think that's pretty. What do you guys think? Should I do any more? Because another bead cap. That one's broke. And then here comes our big bead. A big ball. Gotta pull some more wire. Come on, don't get stuck now. This wire is really crinkly. That's probably why it would have been better to use the jute. But I just couldn't get it to work. You see how hard I am getting it to be on here? So that's how that looks. Now I'm going to put it through. And the top one is, I really bent this up. The top one is done in purple. I put purple metallic luster on it from DecoArt. And come on there. And get down there. And there we go. Now I just got to bead the top and the bottom. And then I will getting pretty long here. I wonder how that would look. No, I gotta have one that will fill the hole. My wire is crinkly. It's getting hard for the beads to... See, I need one that goes right on top of that hole. I keep doing this to my wire, I'm going to weaken it. I got enough wire up here for an army. An army to hang from it. Okay, now this I want to have one of these pretty beads hanging from it, but I'm going to have to tie it off here. I don't know. I got to figure this out. Because I really want a pretty one hanging off the top and off the bottom. So what I'm going to have to do is figure this out, and then I'll come back when they're all finished, and I will show you how it turned out, okay? I'll be back. Okay, here's my balls, my gazing balls hanging in my window. From the top, the big one, I should have probably only put 3 balls on because it made it pretty long, but I don't care, I like it. Here we are going down and to the bottom with the bottom beads on the bottom. I'm going to walk in a little bit closer so you can see them up close. There's the beads. You get my neighbor's garbage can, which is yaddy yaddy. That's what happens when I hang things in this window. And it goes all the way up to the top, and it's hanging off of a curtain rod up there. Alright, there you go. Hope you enjoy this video. Bye-bye.